Well, I thought I'd tell you about my experience of coming across to work over here in the UK as a social worker. When I've done 30 years, but went over to Australia for 6.5, heard about the pandemic and thought, crikey, better get back and help. So 7 weeks later, I'm back. Walk into this hospital in Wales. Carpet looks like it's about 30, that's been nice, maybe 40 years old. 2 massive holes in the floor, 2 by 1, filth all up the walls, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm back in the UK. This is about right. I'm given a laptop, so I'm working down like this, looking down 7.5 hours a day, so my neck can't cope with too much. There's no monitor or decent seat to sit on. And then I think, oh yeah, all right, I'll go down to the canteen and have some lunch. So goes down to the canteen, finds it all right. And then in the middle of pandemic, there's all these public, walking through with their masks on or not masks on, and they're ordering their lunch at the same place as us lot working in the hospital. And I'm thinking, this is all safe, isn't it? Safe as bloody houses, mate. So anyways, I go back up to the office and then I look at my new cases and I think, oh, better go onto the ward to see old Doris to see how she's doing, see if I can get her out with a care package. I go onto the ward and there's all big signs everywhere and it looks like it's kind of chemical danger signs. I think, what's going on here? Oh yeah, it's a COVID ward. No one told me they're allocating cases on COVID wards. So what do I do now? I thought, all right then, put on an extra mask and a visor and an apron, gloves. Yeah, I'll go onto the COVID ward, what's the worry? Of course, Doris doesn't want to see me because she's troubling to breathe, and then Jack over the road is struggling to breathe as well, and I feel like a ripe pineapple, so I think, all right, I better go back to the office then. And the next day this happens again, and I've got to go and see Daisy and she's on a COVID ward. She can't talk either because she can't breathe and she can't talk, and I meant to go and say, hello, what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? What outcome do you want to achieve? I think she wants to say to me, I'd like to bloody breathe, love. I think that would be a fair enough answer, but she can't answer me because she can't breathe properly. So off I go, back to the office. Next day I go on a normal ward. At least I think it's normal. And I'm just talking to Mary and I'm doing a mental capacity assessment and I'm just finishing it. And the nurse comes up and goes, oh, don't move your mask, love, keep it still, because Jo across the way, she's less than 14 days post-COVID. So, she gives me the nod. I'm right, oh, all right. Less than 14 days post-COVID, another one, and I didn't know I was coming into this. So it's been a high learning curve, I can tell you. I mean, I know it's not like the Black Plague or nothing, but all my colleagues have had it, and they're all having problems with tasting and smelling and tiredness and you know what. But anyway, I guess it's paying the bills. Gotta do that, ain't you? And guess I've got a job. you've got to be glad of that these days, haven't you? And now a year in, they've given us these flow things, these flow tests you can use, to see if you've actually got it or not. So I thought, well, that weren't bad timing, was it, for social care? Like, it's a year on, and now we can test to see if we've got it or not. So there we go. It's all moving forwards, Would have been nice to work at home, after the last few months, but they like us to be there, and and we think we need to do a good job, and we don't want to let the side down or nothing. So we turn up, we turn up every day and do a good job, just like the nurses and the doctors do. I mean, they had the full PPE all along, and they had all the flow tests, all along, so they could test themselves every few days. But they're in the thick of it. We go back to our office after we've walked the wards, so I guess it's all fair. It's all good game, really, isn't it? Anyways, I've got to go. I think I'll make a cup of cocoa before I go to bed. Got a long day tomorrow. I think Betty, who's booked in at 9, she's in the COVID ward. Anyway, we won't dwell on that. I'll be seeing you.